Welcome to the 2020 Stock Club. Before investing, make sure you have steady employment. Let's take a few minutes to talk about compound interest formula, how to make your investments work for you. $10 or $25. If I asked you to invest this much today, could you? Would you? How about $10 or $25 per week until you retire? Could you? Would you? Below, you'll see what investing this much would return to you after 30 years. What if I told you this is wrong? Nothing's wrong with the calculator. If you want to pause the video and check it for yourself, your calculator is okay. The difference is the strategy. What is your investment strategy? So in this video, we're talking about compound interest formula. Your money grows with interest. That's going to make a huge difference to your return. Take a look at this chart. We'll come back to it at the end of the video. There are 3, if not more, ways to invest. We're going to tackle that right now. There are only a handful of companies that manage 401ks. This is the average annual return they give to their customers. On the left-hand side, you see what conservative customers get back yearly. On the right-hand side, you see what aggressive customers get back yearly. Let's focus on that 9.5% on the right-hand side. Although Fidelity and other 401k accounts do a decent job, don't buy. I think you could do a much better job investing your money in stocks. All right, so let's break this down. So how much do you commit to saving for your retirement weekly? On the left-hand side, that's what we'll tackle. The second column will tell us your total for 30 years. By the way, means under your mattress. That means that's just cash that you kept at home under your mattress uninvested. The third column will tell us what that money would have done for you if you had given it to Fidelity or another 401k account. And finally, the column to the right, yes, the bull column, my favorite column. This column will tell you how much your return would be if you would have invested in the stock market yourself. Buy! So we saw on our previous slide, the Fidelity's annual return to their aggressive customers is 9.5%. Which is under your mattress, means you kept that cash at home and did not invest it. And on the right-hand side is if you invest in the stock market. Again, this is an average annual return. Some years are worse, some years are better. But after 20 to 30 years, this is generally what your return will be. So when we started this video, I asked you for $10 or $25. Have you decided what you're going to commit to? If you can do more than 10 or 25, what I'd love for you to do is $115 a week. I know that's terribly difficult, but that should be your goal. The reason for $115 is that's the maximum amount you can contribute to your Roth account. And since there's such a difference between $25 and $115, let's also put in there $57. So now tell me, which of these 4 can you contribute to weekly? And you'd have to commit to this amount for the next 30 years. Choose one. So if you have a calculator handy and you multiply that weekly amount for the next 30 years, that's what you would have when you retire. Again, under your mattress. This is money that you deposit every week into your savings account at your bank or keep it at home under your mattress. This is how much it would be after 30 years. Let me start by saying this is good. I don't mind this at all. Whatever you can contribute to retirement is a good thing. $10 is fine. If you can do $115, that's fine. This is just cash that you stowed away and you're going to use 30 years from now. It's not bad, it's good. You get 0% return, but that's better than nothing. Now let's talk about if you grab that money and every month you put it into your 401k account. What would you get back? Yes, $92,000. So let me clarify. The same person either puts $10 under their mattress or gives it to their mutual fund or Fidelity 401k account, and that same $10 a week would net you $92,000. Huge difference. you need to invest your money. Don't keep it under a mattress. Don't keep it at home. Don't put it in a savings account. If you would have done $25, look what you would have gotten after 30 years in your 401k. $57 a week is really hard, but look what you would have gotten after 30 years return on your aggressive 401k. And finally, if you can afford $115 a week, which I know is super hard, look what your return would be after 30 years. Over $1 million. Yes, that's right, $1 million. So let's put this in perspective. $180,000 if you keep it under your mattress. $1 million if you invest it in a pretty aggressive 401k account. That's pretty freaking good. That applause isn't for me, it's for you. First, you need to choose how much you commit to weekly. Second, you need to invest it somewhere. At least a 401k is better than nothing. This is why I consider it the better column. Don't keep it in your mattress, invest it. So if you're impressed so far, check out the rest of the video. Now that you have an idea of compound interest and how important it is, now let's get to the good stuff. So at this point, I hope you understand that investing your money is a good bet. Now let's see what investing your money on your own will do for you. If you chose to invest $10 a week for the next 30 years, you may agree that $92,000 is a good return. But what if you would have invested it in stocks? What is your return? Almost $300,000. Yes, I'm not mistaken, that is your return. Almost $300,000. All you need to do is commit to $10 a week until you retire. Can you do that? Maybe you can do more. Can you do $25 a week? What would that give you? Over $700,000. All you need to do is invest $25 a week, commit to it, and you will have most likely $736,000 when you retire. Now I know doing $57 a week every single week until you retire is really hard. It is really hard, I have to admit. But if you can, what will be your return after 30 years in the stock market? Over $1.5 million. You invest $57 a week for the next 30 years, you will have over $1.5 million based on the average annual return of the stock market. So just for laughs, let's do $115. I know that's extremely hard. I don't know if I can do it. I probably can't. Maybe I can do it for a few weeks and then I'll give up. But if you could commit to $115 for the rest of your employment for the next 20 to 30 years, so let's use 30 years, what would your return be? Almost $3.5 million. If I sound excited, it's because I am. You need to understand how compound interest works and why these next 30 years are critical for the growth of your money. Bye. Oh wait, there's more. This money will be tax-free. Remember, if you know anything about Roth, you've already paid taxes on it. So when you take this money out, it's pretty much tax-free. This is why I consider the right-hand column to be your best bet. Once you have steady employment, your first step is commit to one of these four numbers. Can you do $10? Can you do $25? Can you do more? That's your first step. Next step is which one of the three strategies will then you commit to let your money grow. Compound interest is the ticket. Remember this chart from earlier? If you chose to invest your money in the stock market, On the top, you'll see how your money grows. On the bottom in green, you'll see how your money doesn't grow by just putting it under your mattress or putting it in your bank. And then, of course, there's a middle column, which is what I call better, investing it in a 401k. So my question to you is, how are you going to invest your money? Direct deposit. By far, direct deposit is the best way to meet your commitment. If you think you're physically going to transfer your money every single Friday, you're mistaken. You won't do it. You'll give up after a few weeks. However, if you set up direct deposit so that your brokerage account pulls money from your employer every single week, you will not fail. So ultimately, it comes down to what you can afford. Can you afford to do this? Or better yet, can you afford not to? Are there any ways you could come up with this money? Here are just a few ideas. How about not having an appetizer at dinner, or just skipping dessert? Here's a novel idea. How about you make and you take your own coffee to work rather than splurging at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts every day of the week or 3 times a week? Oh, here's a crazy idea. How about you make your own lunch and take it to work with you rather than spending $30 with your coworkers every Wednesday, where instead you can invest it in the stock market? God forbid you do this. What if you lower your cell phone bill or you lower your cable and TV bill? Could you do that? Could you come up with a few bucks from there? This one is huge. If you have a high interest credit card, you need to kill it. You need to focus on that first, get rid of it. That's gonna kill your investments. And as I stated earlier, setting up direct deposit from your brokerage account so they can pull money from your employer is gonna be the best strategy. Here it is one final time. First, choose how much you will commit to weekly for the next 30 years. Then choose how you will invest this money. Will you keep it under your mattress for 30 years? Will you give it to Fidelity or a 401k account? Or will you invest it yourself in the stocks that you pick? It's up to you. Again, this is called compound interest formula. This is how the rich people get richer. This is how the millionaires become billionaires. And this is how someone with an average salary like you and me can retire a millionaire. On the top right of your screen, you'll see a poll. Go ahead and click on it and answer that if you could. I appreciate it. Thanks for being part of the 2020 Stock Club. For more videos, click on the left. If you'd like to subscribe to see more videos in the future, click on the right.